Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the Martinsville Raceway for race number 33 of the 2014 NASCAR Spring Up Series season. Chase race number 7 here, as this is the first race of the Eliminator round for the NASCAR Spring Up Series Chase for the Sprint Cup. 8 drivers are remaining in the hunt for the championship. Clint Bowyer, Jamie McMurray, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, and Dale Jr. Last week, after Talladega, AJ Allmendinger, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin, and Greg Biffle were all eliminated from the championship. So right now, we can see either a first-time champion or a second-time champion this year. Let's take you to the front row. We have the number 11, Denny Hamlin, leading us down to the green flag for the second time this year, alongside the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. Row 2, Chase contender Matt Kenseth won this race in the spring, alongside 4-time series champion Jeff Gordon in the 24. Row 3 to 55, Brian Vickers and the 41 of Kurt Busch. Row 4, Chase contenders Clint Bowyer and Brad Keselowski. They're going to get the top 10 of Row 5, the 42 of Kyle Larson and the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. There's really one new driver change after Talladega, the 23 that's been driven by Alex Bowman most of the year. It's not Alex Bowman this week, it's Mike Bliss. Mike Bliss will be in this 23 car for this race. So that's really the only new change after Talladega to Martinsville. I'm not quite sure what the name of the race is, but let's take you down track side so we can get the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
And now we're going to take you to your starting grid for today's race at Martinsville. Okay, this race is called the Goody's Headache Relief Shot 500. I'm not quite sure what the name of the race was, so it's the Goody's 500 really. Coming out, turn number 4, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon. Green flag is out at Martinsville. We're racing on the final short track race of the year. And Denny, along with his teammate Kenseth, gets a great jump there on the 78 of Truex Jr. They move to first and second, bringing the 55 of Brian Vickers to the inside. Coming out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 1, Denny Hamlin leads us to the start and finish line to lead lap number 1. A 50-lap race here at Martinsville. Kenseth up into second place, Vickers the third, Bowyer, and now coming strong on the inside, the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Here's Carlos on the outside of Tony Stewart. Now he'll be falling back to the clutches of the 51 of Justin Allgaier. Allgaier had a great run going last week at Talladega. Won the pole and had a nice top 15 finish. I believe he finished 13th in the race. Run back here. Right now, Joe Nemechek, right now the last guy on track. Right now he's 42nd. Bush's battle right now inside the top 5 is for the 4th place, Clint Bowyer and Brad Keselowski. And Jeff Gordon able to get around 78 and Martin Truex. Now he'll fall to the clutches of the 42 of Kyle Larson. And old Larson drives that car in there hard. Nearly makes contact with the 78 of Truex, who slides out the track. Now that will open up the door for the 22 of Joey Logano to get to the inside. And Kurt Busch gets a little loose. That opens up the door for the 5 of Casey Kane. King gets around Kurt Busch and almost got around Truex. He almost got 2 for 1 deal right there in one turn. Gonna get 2 cars in 1 lap, it appears. Kane on the inside, Truex on the outside. Tony Stewart to the inside of his teammate Kurt Busch, and there's the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. This is right outside the top 10, around 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Justin Allgaier now up inside the top 15 in that Brent Chevrolet. Jamie McMurray had his worst finish of the chase last week at Talladega. He finished outside the top 30, but he was able to stay up inside the top 8 in points. Denny Hamlin, he has not had no challenges for the lead. He is still out in front. Kenseth's not been able to catch the 11s yet. He has a hungry Brian Vickers on his back bumper. Keselowski has been able to get around Boy for 4th place. Guy on the move right now, the 22 Logano on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon. And there's Casey Kane getting around the 42 of Kyle Larson for 8th place on the track. Is caution out? Yeah, I believe caution is out. Yes, it is. So one car slow on the front stretch, and there's Ryan Truex, Travis Quapple. Caution waves for the first time today on lap number 9. They're all running into each other in the back here. And Ryan Newman's been turned by Greg Biffle. And nearly gets hit from behind by his teammate Austin Dillon. And I believe that was the 40 of Landon Castle who I saw. I think he might have came down pit road. But this will now bunch the field once again. Denny Hamlin will lose what was a second lead up over his teammate Matt Kenseth. Let's go back and see what happened to Landon Castle, who I believe just came down pit road. So let's go back and see why the caution came out somewhere near the 32 of Quapple. Right there, he looks like he was underneath the 9 of Marcos Ambrose, and not a good run right now for the 9 of Ambrose. Quapple right there. Just gets sideways underneath the 9, moves up the track, hits the outside wall. And then Ryan Truex, JJ Ellie trying to get slowed down, and they nearly wrecked their cars. Got some contact with the outside wall. So Yelly, Truex, and Quapple and Truex will lose all their track position right there. So did Landon Castle. He lost a lap. And Marcos Ambrose, 2 wins this year, 4 career wins. His last 2 races, wins at Charlotte and Talladega. Impressive run right now in the chase for the 9 of Marcos Ambrose. Right now, 25th in points. So we are going to be going back to green around lap 13, I'm imagining, right now. Nope, lap 14. Right now, it'll be Hamlin, Kenseth, Vickers, Keselowski, Boyer, Gordon, Logano, Kane, Larson, and Tony Stewart. Johnson, Truex, Kurt Busch, Justin Allgaier, Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, McMurray, Newman, and Biffle. Then Carl Edwards, 21st, Paul Menard, Casey Mears, Dale Jr., and David Gillen, Dillon, Annette, Stenhouse, Ambrose, and David Reagan. Your top 30. And up front, Keselowski to the inside of Brian Vickers for 3rd place. Pushes that 55 up the track, opens up the door now for Vickers. His teammate Boyd made me sneak by on the inside. Now Keselowski working the 20 of Kenseth. Side by side for 2nd place. Keselowski to the inside. Kenseth on the outside. There's Logano to the inside of Jeff Gordon. That is for 6th place. Logano gets the spot. Now Vickers works to the inside of Kenseth for 3rd place. That will shut the door though before he gets to him. And Denny once again driving away as we got Michael McDowell and Marcos Ambrose on pit road. And we just got news from pit road that the 47 of AJ Allmendinger, one of our chase contenders who were eliminated after Talladega, has took his car behind the wall, a header issue for the 47. Marcos Ambrose 1 lap down, Landon Castle and Michael McDowell. Looks like Ambrose and McDowell will lose a 2nd lap because they made their pit stops on a green flag. So did Castle, but fortunately for the 40, it was under a caution came out. So I didn't see the 2 car reel in the 11 of Hamlin. Go back to about 5 years ago, 2009. Remember, Hamlin and Keselowski had a little rivalry, and remember, it was actually really in the Nationwide Series. It didn't really affect that much the Cup Series. But right now, Keselowski is now a champion. Denny's been close a couple of times. Matt Kenseth 3rd. A great run right now for the 55 of Brian Vickers. He's had a pretty good chase right now. Had a 2nd place finish at Kansas. That's been the highlight of his season. Clint Boyer, a great run right now for the 15. Did not have a good round 1, but fortunately he was able to hang tough in Dover and was able to make round 2 and had a great round 2. Was the points leader after last week at Talladega, but the points are reset. Joey Logano right now running in 6th place, 4 wins this year. Casey Kane 7th, Kyle Larson, Jeff Gordon, and Tony Stewart, the 24 car, falling back on this restart. There's Larson moving up to the inside. A great run right now for the 42 car. Tony Stewart on the inside of Jeff Gordon. And Ambrose did lose a second lap. Johnson, Kevin Harvick moving up into 12th place in that 4 car. Martin Truex back to 13th. Justin Allgaier having a great run in 14th. And Jamie McMurray, your top 15. Paul Menard, Kurt Busch, Greg Biffle, Eric Almirola, and Kyle Busch, your top 20. Right now, some guys who really got to pick it up right now. Ron Newman, 21st. Dale Jr., 22nd. I see some chase contenders. Those are the lowest 2 chase contenders right now. Newman and Earnhardt Jr. In front of them, it would also be McMurray, who's trying to get up inside the top 15, and Kevin Harvick in the bottom 4 right now. Like Keselowski, we talked about him closing in on the 11. He's yet to been able to make anything happen with the 11 car, but they are catching lap traffic. The 32 of Travis Kvapil will be the first car they get to. There's Cole Witt in the 26, Ryan Truex in the 83, JJ Elliott in the 44. We are just about to pass a halfway point in this race. Now Logano working the 15 to Clint Boyer. That is for 5th place. By far a career year right now for the 22 team of Joey Logano. Casey Kane right now in 7th. Larson, a great run. Tony Stewart, and another good run right now for the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Harvey gets around Gord for 11th place, and there's McMurray continuing to move up. And look at Allgaier, this 51 car having a great run, trying to get the 14th spot away from the 78. Martin Truex, who were outside of pole center, have been falling back ever since the green flag came out, holding up the 27 of Paul Menard, who's now on the outside of Greg Biffle. For 15th place, Menard will drop to 16th, actually 17th now. Almirola, Kurt Busch, and Kyle Busch, your top 20. And look at Keselowski to the inside of Denny Hamlin. Denny got stuck behind the 26 of Cole Witt. Let's see how this took place. And yes, right here, they already lapped the 32 of Travis Kvapil. Denny stuck behind Cole Witt, and Keselowski saw an opportunity to go to the inside of Denny Hamlin. And he is going to get by Denny. And now he's going to try to drive away from the 11. Matt Kenseth still has a big Aaron's Toyota in his rearview mirror. Brian Vickers has not been able to let the 20 car go. Logano's been able to get around Clint Boyer. He's now 5th. And here comes Casey Kane trying to get around Boyer. And then we got a caution on the Keselowski. Keselowski and Denny Hamlin. Just like the race in the spring. The dominant car, Dale Jr., got caught up in a crash on the last lap, and he led all 39 of the 40 laps. Was it all 49 of 50 laps? Hold on. No, there's still Ricken, McDowell, David Reagan. And they are coming down pit road. Keselowski fell to 3rd place. And Hamlin's around 7th. But go back to the spring race. Dale Jr. had the best car, led 49 of the 50 laps. Was crashed on the last lap through the lap traffic. The win went to this guy, Matt Kenseth, and it happens again with Keselowski and Denny Hamlin. Ryan Truex just went a lap down. We're going to watch this race off pit road and see who'll be maybe the gambler with about 20 to go. There's Denny pulling into his pit stall. I believe everybody came down pit road. Landon Cassidy 40 is a lap down. There's Truex Jr. pulling into his pit stall. And Kenseth will be the first car off pit road. Vickers will be 2nd. Keselowski, Logano, and Clint Boyer. Casey Kane 6th. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Tony Stewart, and Jimmy Johnson, your top 10. What a Oh man, this is just crazy right here. Let's go back and see what happened to the 2 car and the 11. Both cars went around. Looks like you might have something to do with the 83 Orion 2X. There's Keselowski on the back bumper, Orion 2X. Coming off turn 4, gets a little impatient, and right there, Keselowski does not go around, but he did fall to 3rd place. Now Denny Hamlin not so lucky, as he had nowhere to go. He had to get on the brake or he's going to run into the back of the 2 car, and that's what he did. Made just light contact, and right there got hold up once again by Ryan Truex, and there's Logano, Boyer, and Kane going by. So Denny, who was running 2nd, now finds himself 6th. Joe Nemechek has took his car behind the wall. So tough luck for Joe Nemechek. So your leader right now is Matt Kenseth. We have some cars at the tail end of the lead lap. Austin Dillon, David Gilliland, Marcus Ambrose, Carl Edwards, David Reagan, and Mike Bliss. But here's the leader, Matt Kenseth, out in front of Brian Vickers. Brad Keselowski 3rd, Logano 4th, green flag is back in the air. And here comes Brian Vickers to the inside of Kenseth for the lead. And there's the car that I think has the best car right now, Keselowski. And Vickers to the inside. He's using the 23 of Mike Bliss as a pit. And you see all the damage on the rear end of the 99 of Carl Edwards. 15 to go, 16 to go for Brian Vickers. 3 career wins for the 55 team. His last win came last year at New Hampshire. Keselowski now getting around the 99 of Carl Edwards. He's in 2nd. Kenseth 3rd, Logano up in 4th place, and Clint Boyer in 5th. Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Kyle Larson, and Jimmy Johnson in top 10. Somebody on pit road. 17, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on pit road. There's the 98 of Josh Wise on pit road as well. Vickers now having to get a rule. Nearly makes contact with the 34 David Reagan. Now he gets by Reagan. Now Keselowski has to deal with Reagan. Now Victor's going to get around David's other team, one of his teammates, David Gilliland, in the 38. Kenseth trying to catch the 2 of Keselowski. We've seen Vickers have a faster car than the 20. Now he's stuck in behind the 38 of David Gilliland. There you go, makes a move to the inside though. Timmy had 3 straight races, with the winner being a non-chaser. Marcus Ambrose, last 2 races, it's been won by him. Right now, we're gonna go and tell you who's a lap down. David Reagan is 1 lap down, along with Carl Edwards, Mike Bliss, Michael Annett, Dave Blaney, Cole Witt, JJ Yeley, Travis Popple, Ron Truex, Lanny Castle, Casey Mears, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Marcus Ambrose. Josh Wise and Reed Sorensen are 2 laps down. Michael McDowell is 4 laps down. And Nemechek and Allmendinger are out of the race. Vickers now trying to put the 3 of Austin Dillon 1 lap down. And there he goes to the inside. Ooh, can't do it. Dillon shut the door on him. Keselowski trying to charge to the 55 of Vickers, whose lap traffic's really being a pain right now for the 55. Now Vickers able to get around Dillon. Now Keselowski has to deal with a 3 car. And Vickers working the 9 of Marcus Ambrose. Looks like Ambrose will be a little bit easier for the 55. Vickers will clear him off turn 2. 11 to go for Brian Vickers. Keselowski trying to charge. Right now the next guy who would go a lap down would be Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He would go a 2nd lap down in that 17 car. Matt Kenseth is 3rd right now in the 20. Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin's been able to get back up in the 5th place. Clint Boyer is 6th. Tony Stewart having a great run in 7th. Jimmy Johnson 8th. Casey Koenig, Kevin Harvick, and McMurray battling for 10th place. There's Greg Biffle. A 2-man race right now between Brian Vickers and Brad Keselowski. And looks like Keselowski is a little bit quicker than Brian Vickers. They got around the lap traffic. Stenhouse just crossed the finish line. Now here comes Vickers and Keselowski. They have a 2.1 Ron has a 2.1 second lead on Matt Kenseth right now. It's just a 1-2 man race right now as Matt's still behind David Gilliland and Marcos Ambrose. 6 to go. A much cleaner and kind of, I'd say, more exciting race than the spring race. Remember, the winner was decided with about 1 to go. I think it actually happened under Costin Jr. Under Costin Jr. That got Matt Kenseth his first of 3 wins. Keselowski still working Vickers. Did Keselowski get any damage from the rear end from Denny Hamlin? That might be costing Brad a shot at the win. Because he saw Denny kind of running the rear end of the 2 car, I believe. That might have hurt the 2 just a tad. Might be hurting the handling just a little bit, where Keselowski might be getting a little tight, might be getting a little loose when he gets up to the back bumper of the 55. Now Dale Jr. is stuck behind Michael McDowell, who's now Jr. 22nd. Ryan Newman's 21st. And some lap traffic, but I don't think they'll be able to catch him in time. Kenseth still has not got around the 38, and the caution comes out. Newman is in the wall in turn 3. Vickers able to get by. Not so fast, but Vickers gets loose. Keselowski trying to get around. Vickers wins it at the line. And oh, watch out, Vickers. He gets turned by Keselowski. Watch out. And Kenseth just ran into Keselowski. They're still running into each other. David Gilliland stopped on the apron in turn 1. And Brian Vickers, who could have gave the win away. Look at all the front end damage on the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. We will show a replay of what happened as soon as they get this little stuff up here sorted out. This Casey Mears and Stenhouse going by the pace car, or going through the pace car. Matt Kenseth is 3rd, Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin in top 5. Hamlin runs in the back of Logano, Boyer in the back of Hamlin. Man, Tony Stewart is 7th, Casey Kane 8th, Kevin Harvick 9th, and Greg Biffle your top 10. McMurray, Menard, Johnson. I don't know what they're trying to do. Alan Morelli, Kyle Larson fell all the way back to 15th. Jeff Gordon 16th, Kurt Busch 17th. Justin Allgaier back to 18th, Martin Truex 19th, and 20th right now is Kyle Busch. Alright, Jenny's on pit road, and Brian Vickers is on his final lap. His first win came when he was driving the 25 car for Hendrick Motorsports back in 2006. We all know how that race ended out. Then you go from 2009, the win that could pretty much got him in the chase in 2009, and Newman stopped on the track. But Vickers is able to get by. And actually, the race is already over. Brian Vickers has already won this race. We got cars stopped everywhere in turn 1. 78, the 40, the 38, the 18. These guys might have ran out of fuel. But the race is over. Talking about Brian Vickers winning that fuel mileage race in Michigan in 2009 for Red Bull Racing. Got that big win at New Hampshire last year. That pretty much got him this full-time ride. And now he gets his 4th career win and his first win of the year. What a race for Brian Vickers. Brad Keselowski 2nd, Matt Kenseth 3rd, Joey Logano 4th, and Allgaier makes contact with Stewart on pit road. Denny Hamlin will be 5th. Clint Bowyer, Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Kevin Harvick, and Jamie McMurray, your top 10. Greg Biffle, your top 10. McMurray 11th, Paul Menard, Jimmy Johnson, Eric Almirola, and Kyle Larson. Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, Justin Allgaier, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch, your top 20. Our 4 lowest chase drivers are Earnhardt Jr., Newman, McMurray, and Harvick. So right now, a great start to the round for Keselowski, Kenseth, and Logano. Two drivers who really dominated the whole year so far, that 2 car in the 20. So Brian Vickers, your winner. We'll see you next week at the Texas Motor Speedway. They'll be going to Phoenix, and then the season finale here at Homestead. So we'll see you next week at Texas, and congrats to Brian Vickers on the win here at Martinsville. A crazy race here, but a good race here at Martinsville. This has been the Goody's Headache Relief Stock 500 at Martinsville Raceway, the paperclip. We'll see you next week at Texas. Here comes the celebration screen for the 55 of Brian Vickers. And it's not wanting to stop recording. And it's not stopping. Yeah, sometimes this happens. I click stop recording and it won't stop. So you guys can just stop watching now. This is still not stopping. And I can't stop it another way, so you're still watching your dumbass.